What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, I want to give you a quick update on what I'm watching out for from Solana right now and why it is important that we do keep an eye on it. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all and let's get straight into the video. Now guys, don't forget, if you do want to trade some Solana yourself, you can use the link in the description down below to Margex. When you do sign up, you won't have to KYC, meaning you don't need to give them any of your personal information and you don't need to use a VPN. You can just sign up, start trading, you're going to get up to $10,000 in bonuses, and they did just announce a $500,000 Casper airdrop for those of you who are traders. And so of course, do go down to the link down below and go check that out. But overall, okay, looking at Solana, what we can see is that things are still cooking around this little area in which we've been in for the last couple weeks. You know, we've been talking about the fact that at some given point, I do think that Solana's price is going to try to not only just break above this trend line, but I do think that we might be able to see some type of return towards this, you know, macro trendy little area up here, right? It's not an exact trend. There isn't like an exact trend line that's been created, but if we do want to just create a general resistance zone, it would be somewhere around this area, right? This is the little general area of resistance that I do think Solana is going to try to retrace back up to. And the only reason I do believe that is because patterns are patterns until they're not patterns anymore, right? And what's been happening rather consistently is that Solana's price has been pushing off of this resistance zone, back testing this macro Fibonacci resistance level that of course we've been talking about. We flipped this resistance into some support and we're trying to use it as support to continue upwards. And so as you can see here, we would come back down, try to build support, head back up, come back down, try to build support, head back up, come back down, try to build support. I'm under the belief again that we're going to try to head back up towards the upside, not only just because this is the pattern, but I do think that the market in general will move back upwards at some given point. And knowing how strong of a support zone that this is right here, I do think that it's much more likely that we push through these upper levels than we do just going straight back down through these lower levels. You know, I don't think we're going back down to $70 or $60, not at least this year or, you know, within the next 4 or 5 months. I don't think that's happening. And so because of that, we have been keeping a very close eye on the developments that do happen as a result of us trying to build some support right here, trying to get back towards the upside. Now, you guys know that I did announce in my Patreon the other day that I think Solana will very likely return to its micro trend sometime soon, especially if it holds support above the macro Fibonacci zone we've been tracking. I'm going to add some more to my bag at 129, and that has been holding up pretty damn well so far. That purchase was a little bit down here, and of course, knowing that off this little pullback that we got, which was actually super well timed, it is up about 6 to 7%, right? And so because of that, again, things are looking good. Now, caught up to the modern day, what I would go ahead and say is that Solana seems as if it is about to give this thing a go, right? It seems as if it's about to give this thing a test. And so personally speaking, what I'm doing is I'm not going to be doing any buying right now because I'm going to wait to see what happens at this interaction. The question that we need to answer, and realistically, now that I'm zoomed in a little bit more, it's actually a little bit closer, is whether or not we're going to get the break above this white line or not. Because what you can see is that in these moments in which we finally break trend, whether it's right here, whether of course it's right here, and well, again, hopefully right here, is that oftentimes that is what opens up the door for this push back up to our liquidity zone towards the top side. And so knowing, of course, that there is a macro zone of resistance right above us, that if we break it, we're likely going to try to continue back upwards, maybe not all the way up here, but at least try to make a move back up to 160 plus. I'm not going to buy right below that resistance zone. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm literally just going to sit back and watch. If Solana's price does get a reverse off the, off the top side and start to pull back to the bottom side, great. I'll do some accumulating down here. But if Solana's price is capable of breaking this zone, that's the point in which I would be looking to enter probably more long trades, little small tiny long trades, expecting some type of more move back up to first and foremost $159 to $160, and then secondly trying to recapture of course $189 to $205. And so at this given moment, the whole point of this video is to let you guys know, look, I'm just sitting back and watching. This is a very important moment to see if in the micro we're capable of breaking through this trend line and using it to continue upwards. And so until we do get some clarity as to what's going to happen right here, I'm not doing too much. Okay, and so with that said, of course, I will continue to update you as these things do happen. Guys, I know this is getting monotonous and I know it's getting boring, and we've been talking about a lot of the same shit for like 6 months now, realistically, while we've been within this zone. But at the end of the day, these things are necessary sometimes for us to be able to make these beautiful moves to the upside. Sometimes you need these little boring moments where we're trying to create some support before we can make the move. And so you just got to be patient. You got to stick to the game plan, and you can't do anything too crazy, especially in moments like this. So of course, as I mentioned before, I will continue to update you as this does play out. If you do enjoy these quick Solana updates, you can always let me know by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new, and I can't wait to see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.